Hey guys, welcome. It's Monday, it's P&Q time. That's right, Peter and question time. So, mind your P's and Q's. Okay, I've got a few questions this week in the form of emails again. Don't forget, you can pop your questions below in the comment section below. They will get answered, I promise you. And it will be done every Monday. I'm trying to do this without fail, so yeah. Obviously, if I have technical issues or my neighbours start drilling incessantly, and it's incessant at the moment. They're having, I don't know what they're having done, but loads of houses around this estate are having stuff done, and it's very, very irritating. So the builders are in, and so I'm trying to get these recordings done as and when I can. Anyway, on with the show. Alright, as I said, you can pop your questions below and I will answer them. If not, you can email them to me at miniwarzone@gmail.com, and I'll put a link to that again on this one. I'll try and do that every episode, and a little message as well. Again, some of you have said it's okay to say your pseudonyms and whatever, and others haven't. So if I say your name or whatever, and that's it. It means you've given permission to do so. Until we get some sort of house rule whether it's okay for me to do that or not, then I'll continue doing it this way. Okay, but just let me know. Give me feedback. I'm all for feedback. That's good. Right. Okay. So start from the top then, shall we? There's a question from Chaos Boy. Have you only? He says. Presume it's a he, seeing as it says boy. Have you only played 40k, or have you played any fantasy, like Lord of the Rings? Cheers, mate. Tabletop gaming, I've only played 40k, I'm afraid, so no fantasy there. Although, I did play, when I was at school and just after I left school, I did a lot of role-playing. Actually, I went back to it a few years after that as well. I played Dungeons and Dragons a lot, and a game called Talislanta. That's the only sort of fantasy games I've ever played involving miniatures. But that was a very long time ago now. Enjoyable though. But yeah, that's not to say I wouldn't ever play Warhammer Fantasy or Lord of the Rings. I'm not too sure about Lord of the Rings because I don't know. It's I don't know, it feels like you can't do anything other than what the story from the films and stories have done. So if you're playing, like for instance, if you're playing the Battle of Helm's Deep, reenacting that, and the Orcs won, or the Uruk-hai won, that wouldn't seem quite right, would it? You'd feel wrong. Well, was that just me? I don't know. But yeah, I think Lord of the Rings, great to look at though. They've got good miniatures, although saying that they're slightly, I don't know, are they a slightly smaller scale than the conventional Warhammer? Warhammer's 28mm. Lord of the Rings, the miniatures seem a little bit smaller, a little bit more finicky. I think 28mm is as small as I care to go with modelling. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, 40k is the only tabletop game I've played. So I'll just go on. Next question. I beat Red Angel here. I'm guessing you play Blood Angels. Loved your unboxing of Dark Vengeance. Thank you very much. Great stuff. Quick question. What are your thoughts on the over-sexualizing of female models in games like Malifaux and Infinity? You've been watching Mini Wargaming because that's a current issue there. A lot of people are talking about this. Personally, I think all soldiers should look the same regardless of sex. Interested in your views? Wow. The over-sexualization of female miniatures in the games, it's it's quite a big subject, and for me, I think it's the same. It's not just war games or tabletop games. I think you can relate this to video games and things like that as well. I think it is gratuitous and needless, and you don't need it. Doesn't do anything for the game, I don't think. saying that, I don't know much about Malifaux. I've seen a bit of Infinity on Mini Wargaming, although the game itself looks okay. To play a game, it's a game. You're playing a game of warfare. So why would you have female, scantily dressed models on there? It doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. And like with the computer games, I think it's just overdone. The strange thing is, I was having a chat about this with a friend of mine last night. We think like these games and things where they do that and all this anime stuff, it's probably done by people that are barely out of their teenage years, and they don't know anything about relationships and stuff like that anyway. It's just fantasy. You don't need it in the games. I think it's needless, it's pointless. I think it's insulting to females. I think if I was a woman or a girl, I would be insulted by that. If I'm playing a game and I see little miniatures like that, it would offend me. Yes, not much offends me, but I think that would, because if you're fighting, why would they be dressed and posed like that? Really, apart from the obvious anatomical differences between men and women, there shouldn't be that much difference in the way they look. If they are soldiers, and I'm guessing, well, I'm surmising you agree with me there. If not, that's okay, that's fine. You have your opinion. This is just mine, so yes, my views are, I think it's needless. I think it holds the female gaming society back. I think it's offensive to them, I would imagine. And people wonder why there's not many female gamers out there, because look at the way they're portrayed. Thankfully, the Warhammer models don't seem to do that, which I'm glad about, and I hope and pray they never do, because I think that would I don't know, not be good, just not be good. Okay, next question. Hi Pete, Ms. Exo here. I've seen a few unboxing videos and yours are really good. Thank you very much. What music are you into? Well, hard to say right now. I've been into all sorts over the years. When I was a teenager, I was into heavy metal and nothing else really mattered to me. I couldn't listen to anything else. Over the years, as I've got older, I've progressed and listened to other stuff, and now I like anything. I used to be in a band. I've been in a few bands. I used to play live music. I was in a rock band, and used to play a lot of rock music, and done our own stuff as well. And but right now, I'm right this moment in time, I'm liking classical music, believe it or not. That's not to say I don't like it. I like hearing the old like retro 80s pop song if it's on the radio or whatever. It kind of takes me back through the years, so to speak. And I still like me rock music, some of the metal music. But I'm kind of veering more to classical right now. I think that's largely due to watching certain videos, and they have like a classical score which gives it a great dramatical emphasis. So yeah, that's kind of, I don't sit down and specifically listen to music at the moment, but that's what I sort of like right now. So pretty much anything really. I like K-pop, which is Korean pop music, but don't suppose you've ever heard of it. Actually, yes, I have, because my stepdaughter is heavily into K-pop. She's, I would say, obsessed with it. So I know what K-pop is. Believe me, I know what K-pop is. I've got some Tyranids and want to get back into Warhammer. That's great. Tyranids are a great army to have, especially to start with, I think, because you can because they've got such a variety of strategies you can employ, great army to start with. Either Tyranids or Space Marines would be good to get back into. Yeah, so there you go. K-pop, check it out. Okay, next question. Hey Pete, how come you sometimes wear glasses and other times not? I myself am short-sighted and wear glasses all the time. The reason sometimes you see me with them and sometimes you don't is because I forget to wear them. Because I'm at this distance with the webcam now. I wear these glasses because I'm short-sighted too, but I do need reading glasses as well. So if I was to hold this up here, I'd have to take them off to read it. And when I'm modelling, I have other glasses on, which kind of make me look like Mr. Magoo. Because they magnify so great. It's because I'm getting old, I think. Okay. Do you have many tattoos? This is another question. Don't know. I've got nine tattoos. First ones I had, which were these. Well, the first few I had done actually, done by my brother. Yeah, when I was about. The first one done when I was about 18, 17, 18? 18, I think. Well, my first one. Yeah. Another question. Hey Pete, just curious. What is the worst job you've ever had? Mine sucks big time. Yeah, I understand that. You need to get the feel no pain special rule. Yeah, I feel your pain. Worst job I've ever had. I've had a few. I had 27 jobs, believe it or not. I think the overall worst one in terms of the company, and I've got to watch what I say here, but then again the company doesn't exist anymore, so I think I'll be safe to say it. In terms of the company and the people I had to work with, I would say the worst job I ever had was when I was a customer relations officer at a company called ITV Digital. Absolute worst job I've ever had. They had no customer care whatsoever. They were useless. Their product was bad, they were bad, and they were horrible to work for, and the people there weren't very friendly either, and that makes a huge difference in any job. So I don't know what it is about your job that you dislike, probably all of it, but yeah, I feel your pain there. Okay. Next one. Hi Pete, what do you think is the most difficult thing to model? I always seem to have trouble with the posing of arms. Yeah, it depends on the model. Sometimes the arms can be a little difficult. Although I haven't tried modelling Necrons yet, I've heard a lot of people say Necron arms are very, very finicky. Although the most funnily enough, I've just put on my Facebook page the model I've just finished assembling, which is the Space Marine Land Speeder, and that is by far the most difficult model I've ever had to build. The bits on it, I think largely due to the vagueness of the instructions. The instructions weren't that great with that one. I don't know if that's just with that model or what. Like, I built my Imperial Knight and it was easy. Such a piece of cake. And the instructions were marvellous with that. And that had a lot of little tiny bits on it as well. I mean, I didn't realise that the handles on his shoulder pad were all like done little separate, and I could barely pick them up with my fingers. So yeah, arms are difficult. I agree with you there. And last question, just simple statement really. More how to play vids. Yes, I will be doing them as soon as I can, and I am aware that I'm lacking on those, but yes, it really is, as I said in the first how to play Warhammer 40k video, I've got to really break it down, I think, even though we're just getting you up and running basically to start with. I think I might be doing my next one on all the different unit types or the different model types, and just show an example of each one. And I don't think I'll bother with force organization, just a really basic small army or small unit, and we'll do a couple of skirmishes. Anyway, that's all I've got time for this week. Thank you for joining me and watching this episode of P&Q. Don't forget, post your comments or questions below, or email me at the link below. Until next time, this is Peter from Mini Warzone saying, happy wargaming.